I ranked UMPI as my #1 for best online colleges for busy adults in 2024, but things there are changing and you need to know what you're getting yourself into. So today we're going to be addressing every recent and every known future change that has happened there so that you can make a decision about whether it's a good school for you. First off, their price has increased. Back in the day, UMPI cost $1,400 for an 8-week period, but they recently increased it to $1,500, and then as of fall 2024, they increased their undergraduate cost to $1,700 for that 8-week term. Their master's terms used to cost $1,800, and now those cost $2,350. I asked UMPI about the price increase, and Dr. Elena Margison, the provost of UMPI, responded saying that basically she believes that this price still makes the programs especially competitive for students who are able to accelerate through the curriculum as they continue to complete as many courses as possible within our 8-week sessions. What almost certainly was happening was that as UMPI got more and more popular, because of how fast you could get through, a ton of classes in 8 weeks, they were having to pay their faculty for each of those classes that they grade as you're going through them. And UMPI, I'm guessing on many students, was probably actually losing money. So this allows them to maintain viability while still supporting the kind of student who wants to come in and go super fast. The alternative would have been to make it harder for students to go through quicker so that they were able to actually profit off of this. And I think that this is the right call, and it's still a great price point, even if it is now one of the most expensive per day competency-based schools that we normally talk about on this channel. For reference, Purdue University Global used to be the most expensive at about $29, $50, $30 per day for their price, and now UMPI is about $30.5 per day for their price. But if you can get everything done in just 1 or 2 terms, it is hands down still the least expensive, best option out there. A really exciting thing that's happening is that UMPI is actually releasing more degree programs. In the past, that's been one of their weakest points, is that, well, yes, many of us would like to go to UMPI to get our degree, but they don't offer the one that we need. But they recently released a psychology bachelor's degree and a concentration for psychology that goes with the bachelor's of liberal studies, and they're planning on releasing a healthcare administration bachelor's degree in the very near future. And probably the big one that most of you guys have been waiting to hear about is computer science. And Dr. Margison said, yes, we are currently developing computer science to be made available in your pace within the next calendar year, and cybersecurity following that, which is huge. Right now, WGU is smoking UMPI as far as offering the kinds of degrees that most people want. UMPI sure has a flexible Chipotle-style liberal studies degree, and they have a lot of business degrees, but getting into the tech space, that is some serious stuff. It looks like they also changed their management and leadership business degree to just leadership. And there are things in the catalog that I'm seeing that I'm not 100% sure on, but I think they might be offering business concentrations in hospitality, outdoor rec, sport management, and tourism. These are all possibilities here, but they have not been directly confirmed. Now, we do have a pretty serious negative change. For business degrees in particular, it's going to be hard for students to be able to get down to just 10 UMPI courses using transfer credits from elsewhere. In the past, that was the goal. You transfer in 90 credits, you take 30 credits to UMPI, and you graduate. But they seem to have changed the business degree requirements so that now you're going to need at least 12 classes from UMPI to get a business degree with them. None of the other majors seem to have changed in this way, but let me show you what I mean. So here's the old version where the major area had 36 to 37 credit hours, and then you had a concentration of 24 credit hours. That all adds up to 60, 61 credits, and then you fill up the rest with electives in your general education. In the new curriculum, we've got 57 credit hours as the major area, and then the concentrations are much, much smaller. In this case, only 12. So that's 69 credits versus up to 61 credits. Those extra 6 credits in there, those seem to be the ones where people are having to actually take them at UMPI. Now, obviously, something that makes a degree less hackable is a big deal to me, so I asked Dr. Margison about it, and she said, it only makes sense for us to respond to student interest and continuing demands from the job market to work to expand our curriculum in this area. This provides us an even stronger business core that we feel is especially competitive with any program and provides multiple options for students to specialize in our added concentrations. My guess is that they're probably targeting WGU a little bit here because WGU has no free electives and they have a ton of major area courses in their curriculum. And so the fewer free electives here the more actual major courses where they're trying to get you to learn specific businessy type things, the more it makes me think of WGU and wondering, maybe that's who they're basing the model on. Also, it does benefit UMPI to have 2 more courses that are really hard to hack in there, because for a lot of people, 10 courses is the full number they could do in an 8-week term, which makes it more likely that students are going to have to take that second term. Again, still a super incredibly reasonable price. And if you're ready to put the work in, you can get all 12 done in an 8-week term, but it's just going to be a little bit harder. So I understand where they're coming from. I think these are good decisions overall from their perspective, and I don't think that they're going to hurt the vast majority of college hackers in any kind of serious way. Oh, and then another quote from her. And great news is that we are soon to add graduate programming. Expect to see our Masters of Science in Business within the next few sessions, as well as AI management, which that is a edgy, go-get-em tech degree that I think will be really interesting to a lot of people and is super timely with this huge, rise of interest in AI we've seen recently. And that brings us to the whole kind of customer service debacle that UMPI has been struggling with ever since they got popular. For the longest time, you were waiting forever for transcript reviews, like weeks, maybe even over a month. And that has gotten a lot better, but now what we tend to see in our consultations with our clients is that there are a lot more errors. So this is obviously a very difficult thing for students to have to go through, and it's because it's a difficult situation for UMPI. They're so busy that they hired a bunch of new people to help fix it, but those people are still new and have only been at it for a few months. And so our best theory at this point is that a lot of the new people are still just figuring things out. And this has also led to a long delay in conferrals of the final degree. So people are finishing their final term at UMPI and then waiting a month. I think I've even heard of somebody waiting 3 months to actually get their diploma and for UMPI to say, congratulations, you graduated. And UMPI continues to pour money into it. According to Dr. Margison, they've increased their staff and they have increased the types of software they use to help smooth out the process. But the problem remains, and it's probably going to be a minute before it gets too much better. Another cool announcement is that Your Pace, which is UMPI's competency-based online part of their school, is going to receive a homecoming award this year, kind of showing that the school is continuing to recognize more and more that population and that side of the school, which I think is pretty cool. This is a really good one to pay attention to if you are looking to get financial aid at UMPI. Apparently, we've heard of several reports of this. If you try to transfer in more than 120 credit hours, there is a chance that UMPI will not work with you as far as trying to get financial aid. And this appears to be more of a Department of Education type thing, not really something that's UMPI's fault. But we encourage you, we talk to a lot of people who are like, oh yeah, I just went and took every Sophia course, and then I transferred in all 150 credits to UMPI or whatever the case. Bottom line to that, just try to transfer in exactly 90 credit hours if you're trying to maximize it, or ask us for help and we'll help you figure it out. You do not want to just go crazy on your Sophias and then send them all in, especially if you already have transfer credit from somewhere else. There was a little bit of a scare for a minute there where I think some people were noticing that UMPI's new 2024 catalog that updated in August, September showed that for some reason now you had to be 24 to be able to go to UMPI. I've double checked that. I talked with Dr. Margison, and that seems that is not the case. It looks like it was just an error in how they copied over the curriculum. And so currently they are still allowing anybody 20 years or older to go to UMPI. And finally, Dr. Susan Chang no longer is the director or dean of the Your Pace program. I got to work with her a lot, both when I was, teaching a couple of classes at UMPI on the side, just to kind of learn more about them and see what it was all about, and in asking her questions that related to the, research that we've done on this channel for you. She was great to work with. We don't know why she left or moved on, but Dr. Margison did say that we are currently searching for new leadership and adding additional leadership roles within Your Pace operations in recognition of its continuing unprecedented growth. You know that whoever they are going to find is going to have a lot of work to do when they describe it that way. So, long story short, while UMPI does continue to change and adapt and grow, it doesn't seem like anything truly catastrophic has happened. We've got new degree programs, it costs more, we've got some pretty nasty wait times that they're working on, and a couple of other things here and there. So as far as I'm concerned, they're still the #1 online college for busy adults to go to if they want to graduate quickly and inexpensively, though people who have slightly different situations or in different life scenarios are going to find that other schools are better for them. But overall, I still love UMPI, even if I don't like that that's the nickname. I want to just say UMPI. And if you'd like help going there, sign up for a consultation with us down below. We've helped hundreds of people graduate from UMPI, and we'd love to help you too. Oh, and big thank you to Nick, who let me know about some of these changes and helped me do some of the research for this video. Thanks for watching, and happy hacking.